Welcome to East Texas. We're 140 miles northeast of Houston on Sam Rayburn Reservoir. This is stop number 3 of the Texas Team Trail presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. We've got 2 events scheduled this weekend, but first, we have a little weather to contend with.
Emergency flash flood warning for this area. Yeah, we're well aware of that.
Man, we got some bad weather coming in this afternoon. Got softball size hail. It's gonna rain tomorrow. I think we'll get early morning bite and see what happens from there.
247 teams have made the trip. There's 2 days of fishing and close to $250,000 up for grabs. This is the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
We're here at Humphrey Pavilion on the shores of Sam Rayburn Reservoir, arguably one of the best bass fishing lakes in the nation, and we got a unique situation going on for the Texas Team Trail. Our February event, basically, floods hit this area, and it was devastating. You know, the lake got at 10, 11 feet above pool, closed all the ramps. It was unsafe for some time, so we had to scramble to find a different date, which led us to do an event on Friday and an event on Saturday. These are 2 uniquely separate events, even though they're being held back to back at the same time of the year. Our anglers are going to be fishing for 2 sets of prizes, Friday's prizes and Saturday's prizes. There's a boat available for each one, as well as a lot of other cash prizes all the way down the field based on the size of the field. In addition to that, anglers that are fishing out of the correctly rigged boat motor combinations from the Ranger, Triton, and Nitro family, they've got a chance to add to their earnings and winnings all the way across the board. And there's other great prizes and contingency opportunities available for the anglers fishing the Texas Team Trail. Without a question, we've got an incredibly action-packed 2 days ahead of us on one of the best bass fishing lakes in the nation.
Heading to the ramp, there's already a steady rain falling. The radar is showing big storms just to our south, moving off into Louisiana. With conditions as they are, tournament officials made the call and teams are allowed to trailer to the ramp of their choice. We'll get things started this morning with the team of Jeff Bridges and Kevin Walker.
Man, it looks like it's gonna rain probably until about mid-morning this morning, and we're not gonna change anything. We're still gonna go shallow, start on the shad spawn this morning, and see if we can't catch them early. Once the sun gets up, it gets slow, it gets tougher, and some of the big fish are backing out. So
it stormed and lightning all night long, so it's kind of questionable what it's done to the fish and how they're going to react to the early morning bite, because it's been really good. But I think if we can get it to calm down here in the next hour, that things are going to heat up. Looks like the weather's moving out. I think we're going to have a good day. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be a good day. So we're going to go out there and we're going to give it everything we got. We'll see what happens.
Sticking with Bridges and Walker, they're offshore dragging flukes and flooded vegetation.
Small ones. Now we're fishing a shad spawn this morning. We started on this point. Got hay grass waters rose, so you can't really see the hay grass, but it's got a hard bottom. So we'll see. Maybe it ain't blown out too bad with this wind. Big.
Big giant.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Oh, God! No!
That was a big one, boys. 7, 8 pounds.
Oh, man. What did I do wrong? I mean, come on, man. I set up hard. I don't know. It's fishing, man. It's fishing.
It stings a little. You get him on camera? Big fish.
Tough break. Bites like that don't come often. We'll check back with Bridges and Walker later. Moving on, this is Stephen Johnston and Dan Wilson.
Well, a little fat juicy. We got out here this morning and we're sitting out on a big old flat. We've got some scattered hydrilla, and these fish are trying to get out on the summer pattern. And, you know, the water's already come up, 8 inches. Look at that big old shad he spit up. 2 of them. There's been a bunch of fish out here, so we just thought we wanted to stop on a couple other places coming. We're mid-lake this morning, but boy, Well, Mother Nature and the wind just would not let us. So it's rolling like 3.5 footers. So we thought we'd come in this kind of protected area. It's still rolling, just ground swells 2 footers. So we're gonna fish around here a little bit and see what we can do and see if we can get a couple of those good bites. And we've got a bunch more storms coming back in about 2 o'clock. So see what we can put together. That ain't what we're looking for, but we gotta start somewhere.
That's a fish.
With rain in the distance and the wind laying down, for the moment, conditions are improving. Stay with us. We'll be right back on Rayburn with more tournament coverage from the #1 team trail in the nation, the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
We know if you found one crappie, you may have found 1,000. We know the joy of getting your boots back in the mud. We know the journey can be more rewarding than the destination. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Stop by today for huge savings on the gear you need and the brands you trust. Plus free 2-day shipping at BassPro.com and Cabela's.com.
You sons of fishes. Ain't enough fish on this lake for 2 clubs.
Really? Well, we see plenty of fish live with Panoptics.
Yep. Dang, we should get Panoptics. Maybe we'll just take yours.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
There he is.
Oh, I got it.
The Texas Team Trail is presented to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. By Lucas Oil, title sponsor of our Angler of the Year program. And by Triton Boats, we take America fishing. Welcome back to stop number 3 on the legendary Sam Rayburn Reservoir. Conditions are tough. Faced with back-to-back heavy storms and a year of high water, well, it's put a hurt on the bite.
The biggest challenge has been the weather. The water levels are coming up and going down. Water color's a little off in places.
We had a huge, tremendous storms all night, lightning all night. The topwater bite wasn't there. You talked to a lot of other guys, they said the same thing. So if the topwater bites, it may change it some. I know a lot of guys are looking deep. Somebody's gonna stumble into them big, and it's gonna take a good sack. No matter what, we're at Rayburn, it's Rayburn.
It looks like the fish have kind of moved out to about between 14 to 20 feet of water.
Yeah, I mean the good ones, yeah.
All right, getting back to tournament coverage. We pick things up with Jeff Bridges and Kevin Walker.
When they're not running.
That's a better one, Jeff.
Need a net?
I think.
After losing a big one early, they regrouped. With a limit in the boat, this one should cull.
Here, bro. Fish are over. The fish are on this side. You got time. Working.
There it comes.
That definitely helps. I put them in, I think, good fish, man, that helps.
You know which one we needed to call?
I don't, man, you're gonna have to look. I think I stuck the smallest in that other side by himself though, but you double check it.
Yeah, he is.
Gaining at least a pound on that cull, Bridges and Walker are working their way up.
They're here today. They're here. They just need to get big.
Moving on, this is Corey Rambo and Rusty Clark, your 2018 Lucas Oil Team of the Year.
But I tell you, the most prestigious award of all is Team of the Year. Congratulations, you were the most consistent team all year. Lucas Oil is going to take care of all your entry fees for next year.
Man, this is the first year we fished full season, and we had a good start over at Toledo. I think we were 6th. So we come here, said, man, if we can just do good here, we'll just fish them all and just see how we can compete, you know.
This is me and Rusty's 11th year to fish together. In the 10 years that we've fished, we've won 12 Angler of the Year titles.
We usually fish, stay around here local. I mean, there's a tournament here every week. So last year kind of was a challenge for us, you know, to go off and fish other lakes that we're not normally, you know, in our comfort zone in. But, you know, it was a pretty fun deal. Like I say, we're looking forward to doing it again next year, but this happened to be the first one we get to fish this year. So hopefully we can just get us a check today. We'd like to win, but them things are harder. We won here, Texas team, but them things are hard to win because you got some of the best fishermen in the country, fishing this thing. So, and the way these conditions have changed, it's just going to be whoever,
Bigger?
We started this morning earlier. I know y'all couldn't be with us then. We've caught about 30 so far. Of course, we caught a 5-pounder first thing and a 3-pounder, and we got a limit. But conditions are different this morning. All the bad weathers went through early, and we dodged lightning first thing this morning, but started on a couple of main lake points on the way up here. Corey caught a couple of nice fish here the other day, so we made our way up here. Hopefully we can catch a better fish up here. If not, we'll be running around just hitting everything that we can hit.
Got one. Just a good one. He's coming straight to me. He ain't that big. Bigger than that one, huh?
Yeah, he's bigger than that one.
Moving on, we'll catch up with Ken Wilson and Stephen Johnston. They're in deeper water, dragging plastics through flooded vegetation.
I put me a little bigger hook on.
Did you?
I don't know what good's gonna do, but I'm gonna see.
You can tell right there on their tail, those are post spawners right there. That little female, her old tail's just about healed up. It takes a little bit longer for the fan, but that spot right there where they rub that sand bedding. We got 3 of them now for about 4.5 pounds. So 2 8-pounders, we're back in the game. We're gonna have to put them frogs on and them swim baits, and we're gonna have to go up there on the dirt like a normal people. Cause we gonna need a couple 5-pounders.
Okay. Yeah.
Fishing a similar pattern, this is Jim Furr and Brandon Davidson. They've got a small limit and are culling with every catch.
That might pull.
You're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
I just missed one.
What about these two? He's smaller than both of those, isn't he?
Yep. Well, we've been catching a lot of fish, just a lot of small ones, and we pulled up and caught a whole bunch of little ones, and then he stuck a 5-pounder, so we've been here for a while, but it's died down, and I don't know if it's because it got windy or nothing, but it was pretty much cast after cast for a while. Just Nico rigging, throwing jigs and Carolina rigs and a drop shot.
With fish transitioning to a summer pattern, electronics can play a key role. Head on over to our Facebook page for a look at how Garmin can help you locate deep fish. If you're in the market, both Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's offer a complete line. We'll be right back with more from Sam Rayburn Reservoir, right here on the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
Lucas Oil Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Outboard Engine Oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but will provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products. Lucas Oil, it works.
The Texas Team Trail, presented to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, is also brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Garmin Electronics, fight the fish, not your fish finder. By Mercury Outboards, go boldly. And by TH Marine, serving the marine industry since 1975. Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Reservoir and stop number 3 of the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. We'll get right back into tournament coverage with Jeff Reynolds and Randall Bruce. Fishing shallow, they're throwing frogs over hay grass. After picking up a quick 20 pounds early, every cull is money in the bank.
Damn, thought that was a big one. Finally get a bite. Morning started out pretty good, but you're good, you're good. That's all right. Morning started out pretty good. We hit one little spot, deep spot, that we caught a big one off of in practice. And we caught 3 over 5 in probably, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then it just shut down. Our game plan was kind of chase shad spawn a little bit this morning, but with all that lightning last night, I think that's kind of faded away. So we went deep pretty early, and kind of proud we did. Wasn't planning on doing that till later. We caught them 3 good ones, but it's been slow ever since then. In practice, you could catch a bunch of 2 to 3 pounders throwing a frog and top water, different stuff around this grass, but today it hadn't been so much for us. I mean, we just now started catching a few. We hadn't done it a whole lot, but hopefully it picks up. A couple more good ones and we might have a chance.
With cameras on the move, we caught up with Bobby Weiss and Ricky Guy. After starting shallow, they're pulling a Carolina rig over deep points.
Now you got a good one. Give us a good look at that.
Man, we just caught a pretty good one. Looks like about a 8 or 9 pounder maybe. We started out shallow this morning, throwing some buzz baits, stuff like that, and got a couple fish in, caught a lot of small ones. So fish shallow this morning. Seemed like that bite kind of slowed down a little bit, so we came out and just started hitting some of these long points with some good clay points with some hard spots on them. Let's try to run some of this a little while and see if we can catch a couple more good ones.
Under these conditions, with close to 15 pounds in the live well, Bobby and Ricky are most likely in the money, though it'll take a bit more to win. It's been tough today, and Sam Rayburn has put up a good fight. We've seen some fish caught, and we've seen a few heartbreaks. Coming up next, we'll head to weigh-in. There's over $117,000 on the line, including a brand new Mercury-powered Triton boat. If you're in the market, check out their complete line at TritonBoats.com. For the Texas Team Trail Dealer Network, visit TexasTeamTrail.com. Stay close.
I got my power pole down, stuck in the mud in the bottom of the lake, sitting so still in the wind and the waves, could even be a hurricane. I got my power pole down.
It takes brains and brawn out here, your wits and know-how.
and the rugged performance of the Nitro ZV-18 and the Nitro ZV-21. These two groundbreaking deep Vs and the relentless anglers who run them are turning heads and catching fish on the tournament trail. See how the Nitro ZV series is winning on northern waters. Nitro boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
The Texas Team Trail is presented to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. By Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. And by Lowrance. Find, navigate, dominate. Welcome back to Umphrey Pavilion on Sam Rayburn Reservoir. All 247 teams are checked in and ready to head to the scales.
How'd it go out there today?
Did great. It was awesome. The weather turned out wonderful.
After the rain this morning, the weather stabilized and more than 170 teams brought in a limit, but in no way were things easy.
Oh, it was a pretty tough day. The weather got us this morning a little bit. Lots of rain and lightning was pretty dicey.
The weather conditions were different than it was yesterday. The bite was a little bit different and wound up with 5 keepers, so it was a little bit tougher today though.
Man, we caught a bunch of fish, probably had 30 plus fish. Partner had one on over 8. The cameraman was with us, come off right beside the boat, had a couple of 4s this morning. But we didn't have 12 pounds today. We cut in ounces instead of pounds, and it was a tough bite, but we're gonna go back after them again tomorrow.
We've got a total purse of $117,000 up for grabs today. We'll pay $74,000 down 37 places in regular payout. The Angler Advantage side pot is worth an additional $15,000. And then there's the contingency awards, paying out $24,000 down to 62nd place, just for running the right equipment. Head on over to TexasTeamTrail.com for all the details. All right, moving on to the scales. The Big Bass Award got a lot of attention as the weights kept climbing higher and higher, until Huntsville's Clint Wade and Stacy Spriggs weighed in a sack for $22.49, anchored by this 9-pound, 1-ounce Rayburn giant. In addition to big bass, they also locked up 4th place, earning more than $5,000 for the day.
So if we learned anything, it probably got a little more confidence going into tomorrow. So it should be a little easier for us tomorrow, just as a mental game, versus today. I think we were questioning ourselves, which you always do going into a tournament. Am I doing the right things? And tomorrow we pretty much know we're going to be doing the right thing.
Wrapping up the day in 3rd, Russell Lee and Landon Ware weighed 5 for $23.06. They'll take home a check for $5,785.
We caught a lot of fish today. You know, we just really kept a bait moving, a lot of isolated cover, covered as much water as we could, you know, kept a little bit bigger profile bait around them, and it worked out today.
Jeff Reynolds was part of the 2017 Lucas Oil Team of the Year. Fishing with a new partner this season, he's making a run at it again. Weighing a limit for $23.85, he and Randall Bruce take home $8,100 for their efforts.
We had a great day fishing. Didn't catch as many fish as what we've been catching in practice, but fortunately we made a couple of right decisions and caught some good ones today.
And at the top of the leaderboard, Jacob Shannon and Keith Schamberger sacked up $25.27, earning them a Triton Mercury package and an additional $2,370 in Angler Advantage money.
How about that? Your new leaders.
Started real shallow, could only get small fish, hit a couple deep spots, and just hit the right one, and we milked a couple deep brush piles, probably 15, 16 foot for about probably 2 hours, and caught everything we weighed off those brush piles on a 6-cent C15 crankbait and a 10-inch old monster worm, Texas style, with a 3/8 ounce weight.
Great job, guys. Look at this, $34,364 today.
And that'll do it. Here's a look at the top 10 on the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's leaderboard. We're down to one event before the championship, and the race for the Lucas Oil Team of the Year is heating up. Fresh off their 2nd place finish today, Reynolds and Bruce are tied for the lead with Ryan Warren and Jason Derrick. Check out the complete list of standings at TexasTeamTrail.com. Join us next time. We'll be right back here on Sam Rayburn for the 4th and final qualifying stop of the season of the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. This has been a Carico TV production. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
At Mercury, there are no limits to the lengths we'll go
to make sure you have no limits either. Unlimited adrenaline. Unlimited fun. Unlimited weekend. Except maybe having to go home eventually. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
TRX. The bold new family of bass boats from Triton. 7 awesome models from 18.5 to nearly 22 feet. TRX. Huge casting decks. Massive storage compartments. Extreme Triton performance. TRX. The boat for back-to-back classic champions. Ready to rocket you to the winner's circle. TRX. With Triton, having it all has never been so easy.
Sleek new design with easy control file. The clearest images underwater with uncompromising range. Live mapping from the touchscreen. View notifications, video, even Google Maps on screen. And for the first time ever, real-time view of fish movements with live sight sonar. HDS Live. New from Lowrance.